So there are two ways of doing this. One of them is fairly easy. One of them is more complicated in terms of coding. This is the easier method. This is the costumes way of doing it. So what I've done here is I've got one set of instructions, as you can see, and 4 different costumes that I've made. So costume 1 is just a red light. Costume 2 is a red one and an orange one, and I made these by drawing circles and using the fill tool to colour them in. Make sure you colour the outline as well. I'm just going to delete that. Costume 3 is just a green light, and costume 4 is orange. Essentially, with a traffic light, there are 4 states. It's either red, red and orange, just green, just orange, and that's it. So the way this works is very simple. When I click the green flag, it will automatically always switch to costume 1 whenever I click the green flag. So that when I click the green flag, it always defaults to starting at red. Then I have an indefinite loop here where it will wait for 5 seconds, so it stays red for 5 seconds. Then it will switch to costume 2, which is the red and orange one. Then it will wait for 5 seconds, then switch to costume 3, which is the green one. Then it will wait for 5 seconds, then switch to costume 4, which is just the orange one. And then it will wait 5 seconds and go back to costume 1. You either need to have a wait at the start or at the end. You definitely, actually no, forget that. For this particular one, you must have the wait at the start. Otherwise, it will switch to costume 1 and then instantly loop to switching to costume 2 again. So when we click the green flag now, this is how it works. So we have red, and it's going to wait 5 seconds, and then it's going to go red and orange. It's going to wait 5 seconds. It's going to go green. It's going to wait 5 seconds, and then it's going to go to orange. It's going to wait 5 seconds, and now it will loop back. It will go to costume 1, wait 5 seconds, and then it's looping at the start. We've now got the continuous loop. That's the first way. Now the second way of doing it is more complicated. The second way involves having 3 sprites. And I made these again in exactly the same way, a red one, an orange one, and a green one. And actually, to make them the same size and things, I right-clicked them and duplicated them, and then I just changed the colour, that way they all look the same, and I've positioned them all in the same place. Now what I have done with this is, because each one has its own hide and show commands to make it appear and disappear, I've made this little thing here, so whenever I press the space bar, all of them are set to show. That means that if ever I'm trying to tweak the code and things and I lose one, I just need to put that back in for this one. So when green flag is, well, not when green flag is clicked, when space bar is pressed, show. This will now show all of them, which allows me to position them all. They'll disappear at the start. So the way this works, when I click the green flag, this red one here will forever show. It will wait 10 seconds, and then it will hide, and then it will wait 10 seconds, and then it will go back to showing again. Now this means that because this is waiting 10 seconds, I have to be a bit clever with my waits on the other one. So the orange one, this is going to start off hiding at the start, because obviously when I click the green flag I don't want the orange one to be turned on. It's then going to wait 5 seconds, show, and then wait another 5. So 5 add 5 is 10. That means that this will disappear, this hide instruction here, at exactly the same time as the red one will disappear, because the red one waits 10 before it disappears. This one waits 5, appears, waits 5, and disappears. This is then going to wait another 5 seconds, and it's going to show again. The green one, this is going to be hidden to start with, and it's going to wait 10 seconds. 5 for just the red one, 5 for red and orange, and then the red and orange will disappear and this one will show. It will wait 5 seconds, and while this is waiting 5 seconds on, the orange is waiting 5 seconds off. This will then hide, and it will go back to the start again. Now as you can see, when I do this, got red is on, orange is on, they go off and green comes on, that goes off and orange comes on, and then it loops back to the start and red comes on. So as you can see, those are two very, very straightforward ways of making that work, although I'm pretty sure that broke. Yes, it did. Oh well, I need to debug that. There's obviously a slight problem in my code here, but that's not a problem. This just means that I need to look. This one is more complicated. It's easily fixable. It worked once. I just messed with the timings. As you can see here now, because the timings have got out of kilter, this has all gone wrong. Obviously, the one that I send you will be working properly, but I've left this in this video recording to show that actually this one is a little more complicated and it will take a little bit of fiddling about with the timings. I would say show the children how to make the sprites and how to make different costumes for the sprites, and then let them have a go. Let them have a little play with it to start with and see what they come up with. If it's looking like they're completely and utterly floundering and haven't got a clue, I would start off by showing them the costume method first so they can be successful and have a little go at it. But again, I would only show them how to make the four different costumes and show them how the costume controls work. Don't just put the code up on the screen for them to copy, because they won't learn. It's You will need to sort of tease it out of them this lesson. So hopefully this is all working. I will now go away and try and fix this, and then I will hopefully be able to send you this video along with a video with the three different sprites video that actually works.